YouTube tarot reader, Lisa Lee, has been found using bad language during her twice-weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Indeed. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Beyond Authentic here on YouTube. Welcome. If you are new here, my name is Lisa, and I'll be doing some tarot readings this evening. I have been a tarot reader for 29 years plus, and I will be as I say, doing some readings as we go through this evening. We do finish at 9 p.m. UK time. Now, if you are a regular here, you might see that you might hear, that my voice is a little bit croaky. We went to a car boot sale today where there was a lot of wind, which affected my throat. And then I've also had a friend round. Where's me squash gone? There it is. I've had a friend round. Sorry, need me a bottle of water. I had a friend round this afternoon who needed someone to listen to and talk to. So we ended up chatting for about 3 hours. So yeah, my voice may be a little bit croaky today, but we'll do what we can. Anyway, there is a few housekeeping elements that we need to talk about before we get into anything else. And I'm just going to change oh no, we're on it. There we go. So yes, the how this channel works is that first of all, before we go anywhere else, I am quite spiritual. I am very much a liminal witch. I am all of that woo-woo wah-wah type stuff. But this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? You do make all your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counseling advice. That's really important, right? I have skills in some of those areas, but tarot cannot. It can give you some guidance. It can give you some answers. It can't tell you whether or not you're going to win a lawsuit case against, I don't know, Starbucks because their coffee was burning hot when you got it, right? They aren't going to be able to tell me whether your results from that test that the doctor gave you that time are going to show that you are or aren't actually a human being. That isn't something that I'm going to be able to see. And even if it was, it's something that there are professional barriers for me to talk about certain things in those aspects. Also, financial advice. Nothing I say is financial advice. I know nothing. I know zero about how to be financially I don't know, financially responsible, I guess would be the word. Or how to invest or anything like that. And the same with the legal advice. I follow some amazing lawyers on YouTube. I know jack shit about the law, right? Okay, so that's how that works. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading. That's because you kind of need to have, a bit of an adult brain. I don't want to be reading for someone that turns out, they're 15 years of age and the tarot reading I'm giving them is going to divert their life on a certain direction. I mean, that's what life is. Also, please do not put your personal information on the internet. Do not put your personal information on the internet. Somebody might dox you, and that will be bad too, because then all of your personal information is then on the internet. So don't put your personal information on the internet if you don't want to be robbed or more or worse or bad. I know, right? I need to work on my songwriting skills, don't I? But seriously, don't dox yourself. Equally, if you are going through something right now, yes, we are all here to listen, but this isn't a place to trauma dump. But if you kind of need to go through stuff, we totally understand. But what I'm saying is, be careful what you put on the internet, even on this page, right? We're a tiny channel, a nano channel, we're called, with just over 1,200 subscribers. We grow at a rate of maybe 2 subscribers a month, so we are a tiny little channel, a very, very loving community here though. But even though we're a tiny channel, please don't put your address on the internet or details of what you're up to or personal information unless you are comfortable with that being widely out there online. Okay, so if you've just had a diagnosis of a medical fact, if you want to share that, that's fine, but you're sharing it with the world. The same with mental health, the same with, you know, anything out there that might be deemed controversial. Just be very aware of your own safety online. That's not just here, that's everywhere on the internet. Okay, so that's all the housekeeping, really. How do you get a reading on this channel? Well, we do it in two ways. The first way we do it is via a super chat. So you can send a super chat at any time. That will automatically come through, and I will read that next. If we have multiple super chats come in at the same time, I'll read them in the order they come in. Or you can wait until I open up a free round. When I open up a free round, then it is time to put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Okay, that will then come through to me, and I will have a go at reading the cards for one of you, because I will pick one of those at random. Okay, so the only way to guarantee your reading is to send it through as a super chat. So yes, that is how things work on this channel. We are espousing love today, very much so. We've got the green candle lit because we are looking for some good luck. We are looking for an upturn in finances for one of our lovely moderators. We are looking at all of this. We are looking at, so that is why the green candle is lit. And so yeah, lovely, healthy, healing luck energy. You mean you shouldn't tell people you're sleeping with your boss? You can if you want to. You can if you want to. You're your own boss, and you do sleep in the same bed as yourself. I hope so. And there is nothing wrong in your case of having an affair with your boss. No, you have a wild, wonderful, happy affair with your boss, Holland. That would be you give yourself all the bonus treats that you need, if you know what I'm saying. Yes, indeed. But yeah, like that. Like, if genuinely speaking, if you're having an affair, don't tell the whole world you're having an affair, unless you want the whole world to know you're having an affair. Anyway, it looks like we're very quiet again today. Something has changed in the algorithm, and I need to work out what. Because we've gone from having a dozen people on in the first 10 minutes to having 3 people on in the first 10 minutes. Now, 3 people, that's not a problem. We can read for however many people, but there is definitely something in the back end of YouTube that has changed for the channel, and hopefully I will be able to figure that out. But it does mean I've got 2 moderators on, so it does mean whoever is on and lurking has got the prime time, that perfect opportunity to get a tarot reading. So we are going to officially open a round, just because that does make sense. So we're going to officially open a round, and then if you would like a tarot reading, do send it through, starting with the word question. Okay, that is what you need to do here on this channel. Oh, Patricia, you sleep with your best friend every night. He has 4 legs and he's called Bud. That is so lovely. I sleep with my best friend every night and he's got 2 legs and he's called Rufus. But you know what? That's just me bragging. But yeah, that is lovely. That is lovely. I do genuinely love pets, and I do genuinely love our animals that we have. And they are my friends. And I also am known to feed the crows, not just Magic. Obviously, I haven't fed Magic in a long time. It's very angry with me. That's why he keeps giving me this evil kind of cold stare. It's why he's not flinching, if you like. He's just standing there giving me that cold stare. I do feed the crows, and I do have a pair of crows that now recognize me and will come cawing and sit on the rooftops either side once they see me, and I've got to go and give them sandwiches and things like that. So they do absolutely know me, and they are my lovely crow friends, as I call them. And there's a pair, but they have a third, and there was an instant the other day where I'd left them some sandwiches. Sorry, I'll get onto the tower in a second, but I'd left them some sandwiches and breaking them up and everything, and there was a seagull, or I guess a land gull, a gull, trying to get the sandwiches, and these crows dive bombed at the seagull in tandem, and then they called for reinforcements, and the third one came, and then it was really cool because one was eating the sandwiches while the other 2 were taking it in turns to try and dive bomb the goal out of the way so that they could have their sandwiches. And then the three of them took turns. So there was always one on this side, one on a rooftop, one on a lamp top. What's it called? Lampshade? No. Night lamp. Lampshade. Lamppost. Jesus. One on a lamppost. And then the third one was eating the sandwiches. It was so cool watching them work in teams. Me and I said to my other half, we were in the car just watching, and I said, look, I said, this one now is coring. I said, I wonder if any more are going to come. And then the third one came swooped over the car, and then kind of like straight across. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you for showing me your wonderful wings. Excuse me. And it was actually really lovely. Why was I talking about that? Can't remember why I was talking about that. This is ADHD in action. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, it was so lovely. As I say, oh, crow friends, that's why. Yeah, I have friendly crows. I know, right? And they do recognize you, crows. They are super, super intelligent. Don't ever be nasty to a crow, because it will tell not only all its friends, but its descendants as well. That has been proven. You never see the gulls now since the crows and ravens moved in. The gulls don't have a chance against them. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. I would rather have crows, ravens, and magpies than I would seagulls. Genuinely, honestly, you know my love for gulls. Anyway, does anybody want a tarot reading? The round is open. I should put this on the bottom of the page, shouldn't I? We're going to give it another. I'll give it another 10 minutes. I'll give it till past. There we go. Quarter past. Another quarter of an hour. I'll give it till 17. Half past what? 7:30. I'll give it till 7:30, and then if we don't get other people in, then I will call it a night tonight, because I am very, very, very genuinely very tired. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the banner. There we go. That's what I'm doing. So then the round is open. So if anybody does want a tarot reading, do open up. Do say. They do, don't they? They do. They are so cool. They stick out their tummies, and then they're like, shoulders back. Oh yeah, I'm just watching everything. I love. You ordered some of Neil's zines, and I've been reading them. They're very interesting. Yeah, well, I've got the latest one here, which has got the modern films in. There's a few here that I actually want to watch after the reading the reviews. Both the ones where Neil goes, oh my god, these are terrible, and oh my god, this is an amazing film. Both those styles that I am looking at going, ooh, that one makes me want to watch. The Crow trailer is out for The Crow 2024. Oh my god, I'm really excited for it. I wasn't, but I am really excited for it. It looks very cool. It looks so funky, the new Crow film. It really, really does. I cannot wait. Yeah, cannot wait. But no, I love the zine. I love how it's done. I love that it's cut up and pasted in the same way that it always has been. I just love it. And I love that, I'm friends with somebody who is this artistic. It's the same with all of you. You're all bloody amazing. Everyone that watches, like, there's such a creative community we've got here. But again, if anybody does want a reading, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen if you want one. Meanwhile, we're just going to have a chat amongst ourselves. I might actually do I don't know whether it would fare. I kind of need to do a reading for myself at the moment, but I don't necessarily want to go in and explain what it's about. If you get my drift. Hello, Ed. Hi, my darling. I hope you are well. Thank you, Ed. This is almost a moderator-only chat. We've gone very, very quiet here on the YouTubes this evening. I am going to have a look into how the algorithm is possibly changing. I don't know. I do know, sorry, that notifications, I don't know whether they're still going out or what, but I do notice when on the YouTube back end, it does actually tell me where people come in from, if that makes sense. It does. And I kind of want to have a look at the analytics to kind of see, well, are people coming in from in fact, I'm actually doing it right now. I'm actually having a little look right now. Audience, let's have a look. We've got lots of returning viewers, lots of unique viewers. And let me have a look. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got it's really weird. The information that YouTube gives you, we've got 20% of viewers come from the UK, 10%, 11%, sorry, from the US, and we've got 1.3% and 0.9% from Myanmar, and also from India, which I knew. 22% are not subscribed, and age and gender, I don't need any of that information because it doesn't break it down because we're too small a channel over here. Subscriber notifications. Okay. Oh, wow. So the 23% have linked on all notifications for the channel. 12% have linked on all notifications and enabled notifications on your phone. So that's wonderful. That's really interesting. I know no one else is. I don't know how many we've got on. We've got 6 people on. Hello. Ed's just got a notification. You see, this is it. We're nearly 20 minutes into a stream and the notifications are only just going out. This was scheduled for today. Yep, this was scheduled. Hi, Mr. Lin. I hope you are well, my darling. I'm just looking into the analytics to find out why we're so blooming quiet at the moment on this channel. I don't think it's necessarily like anything I've done, but maybe I just put people off. I don't know. Maybe I'm just someone who people don't like to watch anymore. I don't know. I've got no idea. The good news is we do have quite a few returning viewers, so that's always a good thing. But it's not letting me see where, I think because we're such a nano channel, it's not letting me see where people are coming in from, how people are joining us. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So yeah, anyway, never mind. It is what it is. I love doing this, even if it's not going out to a billion kajillion people. That's not important to me, but I do love what I do here. I just really wish that that we had more, we could, have more folks. Do you know what I mean? Because like, I love doing what I do, and I really want to offer it to more people, but I don't know how to do that. Anyway, never mind. We're growing slowly, bit by bit on this channel. And to be fair, I love the community we're building. However slowly that is happening, far more than I would love to have. Like, oh God, even another 1,000 subs scares the hell out of me. But yes, you love our random conversations. Yep, I know, right? Oh, did we have members today? Yes, we did. I only sent it out really, like, honestly, at like 20 to 6, because I had a friend over, Mr. Lin, and she absolutely needed to talk, and she was like, I'll only come over for coffee, and that was a 3-hour chat, which is why my throat's also a bit sore. So she really needed to talk. So that's what we were doing, and I was like, I've got a live stream in a minute. I haven't even set it up. I need to go and do that. So yeah. Sorry, it was late. But it was an interesting members only. It was a very interesting one. If anybody wants a reading, by the way, do go ahead, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. And that will absolutely come through. It's a good time at the beginning of the posts, because I'm so sorry, my darling. It would have only just gone out just before the live stream started. I am going to get better at doing that, I promise. My goal now is to set all of that up on a Monday, basically have a Monday morning or Monday midday where I set up the live streams, send out the doodads, and send out the buy me a coffees. So yeah, I will absolutely double check that and get that happening on a Monday. So yeah, sorry about that, Mr. Lin. My fault indeed. What was I going to say? I was going to say, yeah, so if anybody does want a tarot reading, right, then do just pop your question into the live chat right now. I am going to, I kind of want to look into something maybe. Okay, how about this? Right, how about this? I'm going to ask myself, if that makes sense. I'm going to do a little, how bad how bad off center is it today, Lisa? Did you sort this out before you went live? No. Were you meant to? Yes. Were you helping out a friend instead? Yes. Oh no. Oh, Ed, I'm so sorry to hear that, my darling. I am so sorry to hear that. Did you not get an exit interview and things like that? I'm so sorry, my friend. Wow. I'm so sorry, Ed. That is quite shocking, actually. It really is. That is quite shocking. I'm quite stunned by that they just let you go. That's shocking. It really is. Right, I'm going to ask. Right, I'm going to do this because there's something I need to know myself. So, Wispy. Check if it's come through now, Mr. Lynn. I've still got the chat on, by the way. Normally I turn it off when I'm doing readings, but I've got the chat on purely and simply because I can chat to you while we're a little bit quiet at the beginning. I can chat to y'all. So my question basically, right, is about Whisper, you know what's happening. So my question is, I've just had a diagnosis, and is that going to be as bad as I think? Don't worry, it's nothing life changing. It's just a new autoimmune syndrome thing that I seem to have now. So is that going to go as bad as maybe I think, is what I want to ask Wispy. So that's what we're asking the cards. Is the diagnosis going to be quite as bad as I think, or is it actually going to get, is it going to be more manageable? Is it going to be as bad as I think, Wispy? Sorry, I'm asking like 50 million questions. Is it going to be as bad as I think? I'm using the Poppy Palin deck. This is such a beautiful deck. And I'm just going to do a very simple 3-card. Don't forget, if you want a tarot reading, do please do please pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. I'm just doing a very quick 3-card just to see something that I need to know personally, just because we're very quiet here on the stream this evening. So if you would like a question, it's the perfect time to do it. Wispy, let's go. 3 cards. We're going to go where I am, what I need to know, and what the future opportunity is for the autoimmune syndrome thing that I have. Right, where I am. 4 of Cups reversed. Okay. The 2 of Coins in the what I need to know, and the 8 of Coins in the what the opportunity is. They're all reversed, which means it's going to be bloody bugger. Was just you in the office, sent an email to the supposed manager. So if or when they come to Bradford to the office, they can see it in the laptop. Wow. No, don't put what you really think on the internet. The manager's a bit meh. Yeah, I can imagine, my darling. Right, don't forget, if you want a tarot reading, pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. So where I am, 4 of Coins reversed. What would I be saying to you if that? It's talking about stagnancy. It's talking about not being able to take opportunities. It's talking about not being able to really move forward and feeling quite stuck emotionally about this, and also feeling quite maybe a bit miffed, a bit troubled. This does not look like a happy person, does it? So with this diagnosis, yeah, I can totally understand why I'm getting the 4 of Cups, because it is very much saying, look, it's not all shit, but it's going to be a pretty rough, right? Would you agree with that? Patricia, would you agree that kind of in that instance with this deck, that would kind of be what that is? Then in the what I need to know, I've got the 2 of Coins. reversed. So that would be a separation, maybe for work or with money is going to be more difficult, less growth moving forward, less ability to maybe plan for that future. Definitely it feels like it's got a financial impact, which if I have to buy minoxidil for the rest of my life, then yes, absolutely it will be. But also this reversal, I think it's something that I'm going to have to get used to, if that makes sense, because of the two, and because it's reversed. I don't think it's going to impact between me and my other half, but it is going to impact between me and maybe friends. I do think it's going to have an impact that way. It's a bit weird, this being reversed. Do I need to do Patricia, have you got any idea where there's 2 of coins in the what I need to know about my diagnosis and how that's going to affect me? I know it's a medical question, isn't it? Shouldn't be asking a medical question, should I? But it is. And it's more about how I'm going to cope and deal with. And then I've got the 8 of coins coming up in the opportunity. Keep bloody working at it. Keep working through. It's going to be a slog, basically, is what that says. I think it's going to be a slog. I think I'm going to have to not just do the minoxidil thing and all of that, but I think I'm going to have to, look at the long game. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. That does make sense. Thank you, Lisa. No, thank you, Lisa, for asking the question. I know, right? That was good, wasn't it? Yes, thank you, Lisa. You are wonderful, Lisa. Yes, I am. I know. Thank you. Bye-bye. Money issues are there, but only temporarily. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. There is some stuff happening that all of this dealing with autoimmune is going to bring. It's nothing major. It's just my hair. But yeah, that's all it is, just my hair. Anyway, if you would like a tarot reading, please go ahead and pop your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. We're quite quiet here tonight. None of the mods or the regulars are needing a reading right now. So if you would like a reading, this is your perfect time to get in there and get yourself a tarot reading. All you need to do is put the word question in the live chat, starting with put your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Jesus, that was a bit of a slip up, wasn't it? So yeah, go ahead and do that in the live chat if you want a question answered, or if you want to guarantee that yours is up and that it will be read and a longer reading and all of that, then you can send it through as a super chat. So if you want to do either of those things, feel free to do those just about now. And yeah, I'm going to ding the button, and yeah, I will absolutely 100% read for you. And again, this is a great time. We've not got many on, so if you want a tarot reading on a free reading, a 3 card, then now get your question in right now, and I will see if we get multiple questions in. I will have to flip a coin or choose one at random. However, this is the perfect moment to just get your question read, if that makes sense. So put it into the live chat, starting with the word question, or send it through as a super chat. Do either of those things, and I'll be back after this. Excuse me. Okay, well, it seems to be that perfect nexus moment. Ed, you're the only person to have put a question in, even though we've got 11 on the stream right now. You're the first person to put a question in. So you, my darling, are going to be the person that I read for. So if you answer Ed and you haven't asked a question yet, feel free to pop it in the live chat. When I open up the next round, me or the mods will pop it into the chat once that round is open. But Ed, who happens to be one of our lovely moderators here, Ed was the only person on that round to put a question in, so Ed gets the question slot. So Ed is asking, oh, I love the picture. I've just seen your profile picture. Oh, that cat is so beautiful. Anyway, how am I going to get on with the phone call I'm due to make tomorrow? Let's have a look for you. So then I'm going to swap cameras. And I'm going to bring in the always lovely Wispy. Oh, God, I moved it. That camera is so far away. Here we go. Why is it? Is that better? That's better. That's better. So then, Wispy. Wispy, Ed would like to know, how am I going to get on with the phone call I'm due to make tomorrow? How is Ed going to get on with the phone call that he's due to make tomorrow? That's what we want to know. Once again, this is the Poppy Palin enchantment everywhere. I think it's called Everyday Enchantment, deck. And it is huge, but it is gorgeous. That's why we use it, because it is so stunning. So then one more round. Wispy, which means 4 of these. I don't know what these would be called. Should we call them a shuff? Because we're not shuffling all, we're just shuffling 4 times. So should that be called a shuff? The motion of doing that over, like, to get all of the cards mixed in, should that be a shuff? Let me know in the comments what that should be called. I think I should call it a shuff. Right then, let's have a look at what we can do to help Ed. Oh, they're going. There you go. That was really weird. I don't know whether you saw it on camera, but it was like a little waterfall shuffle, as I call it. Sorry, a waterfall drop. Right, let's have a look. Also, sorry everybody, I don't know whether you've been hearing that all the way through the stream, but my phone it's on quiet, but it's not on airplane, so apologies if you've heard it beeping. I just realized what that noise was. Right then, Ed, so we're going to have a look. How are you going to get on with the phone call you're due to make tomorrow? And we will do where you are, our standard now on this stream, isn't it? Our standard where you are. Ooh, 6 of swords, 6 of blades. What you need to know, 3 of cups. And what the future opportunity to come is. Oh, the Knight of Blades. Okay, so let's have a look. The 6 of Blades for a phone call tomorrow. This is where you are right now. So this is talking about, I think there's a lot of, how can I put it? I think there's a lot of cracks in the relationships around you right now. Excuse me. Okay, because we've got the ice. 6s for me talk about other people, communities, the people around you, family it could be, but it tends to be sort of, friendship circles, community circles, things like that. And this is the blades, which would have been, obviously, it would have been the 6 of swords previously. And you can see this time the blades are actually on their ice skates. Now, there's a little bit of a warning here about what's going on, because it feels like, and again, with what you've said in the chat today, it feels like there's a lot of emotional shit happening, right? And it feels like it feels like this is going to become a challenge. Whatever it is, the challenge is going to get more challenging, right? Because you can see the ice is cracking and the bag's been left here on the surface. You've got this lovely sprite. Is that sun coming up or going down? We're not quite sure. But these cracks feel very much, look, you can see where, like, the water here is up. I don't know whether you can see that. The water here, like, the cracks are actually, the water is there. It isn't like a thick, solid piece of ice like that, and it's just got a surface level indentations or things like that. These are really deep, and these are bringing up the water. So it's saying, be careful, because you need to move quite quickly, right? This is a community area, and it is it is a challenge or a hurdle that you've got to overcome, but you need to move quite quickly on this because of this ice. It's like time is ticking, that ice is cracking. You've got to get moving. This isn't the time just to go, oh, I'm just going to test the waters and see how hot the water is with my toe. No. This is the time for you to actually get moving. So in terms of the phone call tomorrow, yeah, absolutely. Crack on with it. Do not put it off. Do not in any way, shape or form allow it to get delayed. This is where you absolutely 100% have to be really proactive, okay? Because it's you're going to learn from that, because I believe the swords are here for us to learn those lessons, but you might learn it in a hard way, if that makes sense. In the what you need to know, we've got the Three of Cups. Now, this is really interesting because I don't know what this phone call is, but it's talking about getting in touch with your friends, getting in touch with support, having those people around you. And like, again, if this is family, the threes can represent family, but they tend to represent like more of a social circle, a social gathering, sort of close-knit family, if you like. There's that real sort of pull for people, and it's an upright cup card, which means it's an emotional experience that you are going through. So whatever this phone call is, it's going to be emotional, but it's like a positive emotion. So it's like here you need to move fast, but you've got this positive emotion that's going to be happening with this phone call. You're going to feel good once it's done because this three is there. So if you are asking for support or for help or for assistance, or you're offering your support, your help, your assistance, it feels like that's going to be quite positively received, if that makes sense, whether you're asking for support or you're asking to help, because it's just got that warm, fuzzy, lovely, warm, like we're here for you, we're hugging kind of feel, even though in this card they're not. In the future opportunity, it does feel like there is going to be more challenge ahead, particularly from a younger person who is just, they're a little bit out there, they're a little bit doing their own thing, and it's somebody who, you know, this person here getting their haircut is like, I don't want bangs, and the hairdresser's like, but bangs are all in. And it's like they're actually cutting the hair the way that the hairdresser wants it to be, rather than the way that the client wants. And so this is kind of translating over into like, it may well be that whatever this phone call is, it's not going to be a perfect jigsaw fit, and that actually you need to adapt in some way to be able to take advantage of this. It is an obstacle, but again, this is a learning obstacle. These are upright cards. So it's saying that actually, whatever this phone call is that you have to make, once you're at the other side of it, once you've had this conversation, it's like things will be difficult, but this is a lesson you need to go through. And again, with this Knight, bear in mind, I always talk about that teenage rebellious energy. Okay, so there is going to be a slight sort of push-pull back, if that makes sense. And it's almost like you're going to have to stand your ground, otherwise you're going to end up with bangs. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? There's that sort of vibe about it. If you don't stand, you know, we all do it, right? Hang on, let me swap the camera over. We all do it, right? I'm very lucky, or unlucky now, but I'm very lucky with my hair that I've had a hairdresser who completely understands and is very good at cutting my hair and styling it and everything else. And so there's been multiple times where I've been like, you know, when they say, is that all right? You know, what do you think? Here's the back. And I've gone, yeah, it's amazing. Before I found this hairdresser, there was a time where I would just go, I like that. Yes, thank you. Even though it's completely not what I wanted. Do you know what I mean? There have been times where I've been like, can you just like trim it down, or maybe do a little bit of an asymmetric? And then they've done it, and I'm like, just a gentle kind of asymmetric. And they've done it, and I look like a Mad Max punk lesbian. Do you know what I mean? There's that sort of, I should be on the top of a Jeep somewhere with water canisters attached that are all empty, throwing grenades at another car Jeep thing over there that's got spikes on its wheels. And do you know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe when I've gone in and gone, just want a little chop, and they've maybe out, you know, it should be like I should be wearing really dark spiky makeup and dark spiky earrings. And don't get me wrong, I love that look. It's not necessarily on me when I want to go in for a professional, slightly asymmetric bob. And that is what this card is giving me, right? This card is absolutely 100% saying you need to stand up. After this phone call, you need to stand up and basically stand your ground. Say, if it isn't the outcome you want, stand your ground and say, no, actually, I don't like the way you've cut that. And could you just do what I asked for? I know you can't put it back, but could you actually level this up a bit? It needs to be more professional. Do you know what I mean? That is what the card is giving. Hopefully, Ed, that makes sense. I've got no idea at all what this phone call is, but I hope you get through it, my friend. I really, really, really do. And obviously, the green candle there will be bringing hopefully some good luck to you as well. Yeah, that sucks. It really does suck that they've let you go. But you know, if it had been me and you'd resigned, I'd have gone, what? So yeah, thank you very much. Sundry, good evening, Sundry. I've just seen your super chat come in. Thank you ever so much for that. I will get to that incredibly soon. I'm just going to pop back into the live stream and just have a look at the comments section. There we go. Let me have a look. Lots of hang on a second. Let me go back. There is another Lisa. Oh, spiritual inspiration. Sorry, my darling, I didn't see that come in. It hadn't come in when did that come in? Oh, it came in at the same minute. I think I must have seen Ed's and then not seen yours as that came in because I'm still on that screen. That's strange. I thought you were saying there's another Lisa somewhere. There's lots of Lisas out there. Ayman Mizugi. Ayman Mizugi, good evening to you. Ellis, good evening to you. Good. So there you go. That is the two friends. That's why we got the Three of Cups, that friendship feeling. That is super good. Loving that. You're going to be as professional as possible. Yep. Thank you very much. It does make sense. Thank you. I think you're going to be fine. You just need to stand your ground. Sundry, let's have a look for you, my darling. I will read for you in let me see, 24 seconds time, my darling. Okay, so in 24 seconds I will be reading for you once I've played this little video. Oh no, that's not working. Once I played this, I'm just gonna have a slurp of my coffee. Basically, that's what I'm doing. Oh, hang on. Yes, indeed. Thank you to everybody who is supporting the channel. You can do so by going over to Beyond Authentic. buymeacoffee.com/Beyond Authentic. That's the thing. That's the doodah. So you can, in fact, go over there and support us if you choose to. You also get a members live stream at 6 p.m. every evening. So that is grand. And yeah, there will be other things. I'm going to start. So there's something happening in the real world, in our lives, right? That is going to be happening this week that I am going to share with the members, and I will share the journey with the members. Ow, pants. Oh, ow, that hurt. I just banged my knee against the table. There you go. Live WWE. No, live. What's it called? Live ADHD. That's the word I was looking for. Live ADHD in person happening, as you can see it. Absolutely. Bashing my knee, getting distracted. All of the. Oh my God! Now my. That wasn't me. I didn't move anything. And my remote control for my lamps, for my coloured lights in the background just fell off. What is happening? We're going to do another cleansing. Here we go. And then we'll do the 3. There we go. And we're going to bring in Wispy, the air dragon. Wispy is my dragon, the air elemental dragon. A wonderful, 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 wonderful dragon. This is not what he looks like. But if you imagine this wonderful dragon with a like made out of smoke and steam and ether and dreams and clouds and unicorn candy floss, all of that lovely stuff, that is what Wispy is. He is my air elemental, and I work with him with the Akashic records to get the message from the tarot cards. Right then, Sundry would like a question. Sundry wants to know, is there any new love coming in? Is there any new love coming in? Let me have a little look. Any new love for Sundry? I'm sure now you're here, Sundry. I am sure that we all love you. We all love you. But is there any potential new partner? This isn't here as a plug, by the way. This is my friend Neil's zine. This wasn't here as a plug. It's just because we were chatting about it in the members only. But is there new love coming for Sundry? That's what we want to know. Let's have a look. One last go round. So 4 shuffs. 1. Shuff number 2. Shuff number 3. Shuff number 4. We didn't have a card flip. That's fine. So then we do your drop, Sundry. We drop the cards. There you go. That is the cut. And for you, my darling, a 6-card reading. Any new love coming in the future? So we're going to use the past, present, future, actually, and we're going to see how that correlates in a inverted triangle. So let's have a look at that. So in the past, Ace of Coins. Maybe it's either been a lot of work for you in the past in terms of relationship, or you've put your work life first, if that makes sense. It feels more like that. It feels more like you've either been studying or working, and you've not really made a lot of space for romantic love to come in. But yeah, it does feel, again, this is the past, and it feels like you've been busy. Too busy for romance. In terms of where we are in the present, you've got the 8 of Swords. Now, this is a really interesting card because, again, coming off this work element, it really is just saying that actually, hang on, I might need to get my videos up if we get any major cards. There we go. It might actually be that you are, how can I put it? It might be that you are working too much. You are very sort of stressed. You're like you can see this woman here up against the window. The swords are here, the blades, but the child screaming. We've got I thought it was a goat, but it's actually, you can see there, look, the elf, the imp going on. The dog is howling, and this person's just like, oh my God, I can't even open my window. Because, you know, I've lived in these council blocks where you can't even open your window, and it's stressful. But the thing about the 8 is it's always a journey, right? So it's a journey somewhere else. And you can always find in the 8 of Swords, 8 of Blades, you can always find where that sort of journey is, where that window is, where that doorway is. So I do think it's something that you might be really stressed with work right now, but it is that thing where I think you need to leave a gap and maybe start this movement, start this journey towards finding love, right? And it's not going to be something that happens instantly. It's not going to be something that will, oh my God, like, how can I put it? It's almost like you need to go through this stress, right? To do this journey, to get to the other side of it. So you need to be this stressed for you to realize this is where it's coming in, right? So you need to be so stressed at work and with everything that's happening that you then realize that you need a break. You need an outlet. You need an escape route. And at the moment, with these 2 cards, first of all, it feels like there isn't an escape route obvious, right? So even if your ideal partner in life came round to you, knocked on your door and went, hello, Sundry, I am here. I am like, the universe has sent me for you. I am here. Let's start a relationship right now. It's like, you're too bloody stressed. There's too much going on. You're juggling too much, if that makes sense. And this is the thing. And it's like, you need to make some space for things to change. We've got here, look. It's the Ace. It's another new card. New start here in the past. More work. Stress. Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a completely different journey. So the Ace of Wands is talking about starting to love yourself. Oh my God, I'm going to quote RuPaul. If you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love someone else? Can I get an amen up in here? But that is true. This is talking about the ace is about new starts, new beginnings, as I said here. Wands is about your self-confidence, your self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, how wonderful you are, how lovely you are, how loving you are. I don't think that's easy for you to do. I don't think that's an easy task for you to do, to realize that you need to put yourself first. Because I think looking at these two cards first, right, I think you are so busy, so stressed, so worried about, planning and doing things that actually you've forgotten where you fit in all this. And unless you give yourself some self-love, like, as I say, your future partner could come knocking on the door and you'll just be like, okay, can you call back next Sunday? Can you come back on Thursday week at 5 o'clock? Because I think I've got a schedule. Do you know what I mean? You need to learn to love yourself. Right, let's go. Connective tissue between the cards. Ooh, what did I say? I said I needed a major arcana. We've got the High Priestess. Now, on screen, that was the standard High Priestess. This deck, I mean, there's all this stuff in the press at the moment about how goth fashion is coming back. For me, it never went away, obviously. But you can see this High Priestess. She is spiritual because we've got the nymph energy coming in here. We've got all of these lovely bluey purples going on. She's got crows, a murder of crows going up her arms. She's connected with the animals. She's also got this wonderful witchy book and a scrying mirror. So she's like the standard High Priestess, where you've got this element of sort of religion and tradition and all of that going on, but she's taking it into a witchy element. So this is very cool. We've also got here this element of, normally the High Priestess is between two pillars, and here we've got the wheelie being one pillar and this wall being the other. So you've still got that same sort of, if you kind of squint and half look and, wish really hard, you can see it's quite similar. Different, but the same as the traditional sort of pairing of the deck. But the High Priestess is talking about having that inner faith, having that inner control, inner belief in yourself, and also in that spirituality that is coming through. So again, I think this has been missing. I think you've been missing any contact with your soul, your spirit, your inner beautiful being. I think you've missed that because it's almost like you're too busy working, you're too busy trying to get ahead, that you've left off who Sundry is, and you've left off that connection with your own spirituality. And again, this is where this card comes in, this ace. But how do we get to the ace from the 8, from the stresses and everything's how do we get from that to here? We go with another 8, the 8 of coins reversed. You need to stop, Sundry. You need to do less. Right, so look, coins is all about career, work, finances. It's money, it's work, it's growth, right? 8 of blades, stresses at work, all of the haven't got time for everything, haven't got, like, I'm burning the candle at both ends and missing targets. This is saying the way you get from here into this self-love period, which is going to be hard for you because we need to have self-love before we have romantic love. This is talking about you do it by the 8 of coins, by slowing it down, because this is reverse, slowing down the amount of work, not doubling up and tripling up and getting everything done by the latest target, and taking that step back. And I know it's not going to be comfortable, but it links this 8 of blades with all the stresses to the taking a step back, taking it slower, finding a different job. But it really is talking about maybe it's time to find a different answer, to find a different route, because constantly looking for growth, constantly looking for the next paycheck, the bigger paycheck, the bonuses, all of that, whatever it is that this work element is, you need to find a way to breathe and have a life away from that. And again, if you're not working at the moment, it may be you're studying, or you're planning things and putting things into perspective for the future. Whatever it is, it feels like you're doing all of that. That's taken all your time, and there's no time for Sundry. And then in the, look, okay, well, this is the root of it. Oh my God, this is the root of it. Talk about this, the major arcana giving us the insight. The root we've got of this is the Hanged Man. Is, you can see this is the perfect depiction. So again, if I play that animate, oh no, hang on, that one. If I play the animation, where is it? There we go. You can see that the hangman is tied by his feet to that beam, right? To that branch. Here, you can see quite clearly, nobody is tying this hangman. This hangman is kind of showing off, hanging upside down, because he chooses to be, right? This is a card about sacrifice. This is a card about patience and waiting for the answers. But in this instance, it's like you can wait for Mr. Right or Miss Right or Mook's Right. You can wait for that love energy to come in. But actually, it's about sacrificing. You'll be sacrificing your own needs if you just wait and keep working and working and working. So what this hangman is literally saying is you need to take a pause. But when it's time to move, you need to get off, stop pausing. You need to press the play, if that makes sense. Let me explain. Let me see if I can explain this better. If we take this card out, right, we go past, future. That's what this becomes. So we go in the past, like wanting to work, wanting to start projects, starting to work or starting to study, that taking up all of your time, all of your focus, all of your attention. We go to the High Priestess. That's not giving you, I mean, it could be that has become your vocation, that the High Priestess, you're putting so much effort and hyper focus in that whatever this work is, that is all you can see. That is everything that there is for you. It's become like you know nuns when they're studying and they go down and they take their orders and all of that. It's like that. It's like it's become your sole focus. And then we get to the Hanged One or the Hangman, and this is where you've got this moment of sacrificing and waiting for the moment to come, even though actually you kind of need to be proactive on this. Because again, if you just close your front door and don't reach out to people, no one's going to come, hello, sundry. You know what I mean? Unless it's a delivery man, you know, delivering a pizza or something. But this journey goes from you starting this project, getting hyper focused into it, it becoming almost your religion, to then realizing that something isn't right and you've got to pause and unwind this and somehow find a way to head in a different direction, which is what the 8 is talking about. It's talking about not burning that candle at both ends, not breaking your neck trying to fulfill other people's demands in the workplace or in your own demands in the workplace. Don't put that in front of your own needs. Because this Ace of Wands, the fact that this is reversed is saying that this is going to be really difficult, that putting yourself ahead of everybody else, putting your needs ahead of everyone else, making sure that your mental health is strong, that your self-love is strong, all of that is what we need to do as human beings. But for you, that feels alien and that feels like it's going to be a really tough task. But that is what you need to do. You need to be able to love yourself, right? Genuinely, you need to feel comfortable with who you are, make space in your life, because there's no space here with all of this stress. But you need to be able to make space in your life, not only for you to have hobbies and things that you enjoy doing, but also to meet that other person. And then once you've met them, to spend time with them, because all of these work and stressy cards are not allowing you any time. Hopefully, Sundry, that makes sense. Let me have a little look. I'm going to come into the live chat, which means I also need to change the cameras to that one. There we go. Right. Hang on. Take the banner off. Oh, right. Like, no, I'm not on the comments page. There we go. Oh gosh, how far back do we go? You put yourself first now. Good. But I bet you're not used to doing it, are you? I bet it feels alien to you. I bet it feels alien to you. Hang on, Rufus might be 1 year older. Rufus is currently 3 years old. No, he's currently 2 years older than me. He will be 3 years older than me on his next birthday. And then when I have my birthday the month after, we're back to 2 years difference. You're kind of people pleaser and neglected your own wants. Oh my God, exactly. Right? This is it entirely. You need to be able to find what it is that sparks joy in you, right? You need to, I know it sounds like that cleansing thing, doesn't it? That cleaning thing. Does it spark joy? But you need to find the things that you enjoy doing. You need to find the things that spark you and give you life. Because without finding the things that you love, again, how are you going to find someone that's going to love you, and how are you going to be able to love them if all your time is taken up with yes, I can get that done by Friday. I might have to work late, but yes, I can get that done by Thursday. You know what I mean? If all your time is spent doing the things for everybody else, where do you come in the pecking order? Do you know what I mean? You need to be in that pecking order. You need to be at number one of that pecking order, because if you don't, you get burnout. And when you get burnout, you're no good to anyone, because you are then struggling to do daily tasks, let alone anything else, right? I've been there. I've had burnout, and it sucks. Absolutely suckety suck. It sucks. And that is a quote from Avenue Q, I think. Or it might be from, is it from Vampire Suck? Might be from Vampire Suck. Can't remember. It's from something. Anyway, and that was horrendously out of tune. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, it's tough. It's really hard to put yourself first, right? It really is. If you're not being brought up that way, if you don't think it's polite, if you don't think you're worth it, but you have to on some level. Otherwise, if you please everybody else around you, then like, that's great. You've made their lives a little tiny bit easier at the expense of yours. You need to learn. Honestly, my darling. No problem at all, my darling. Just you take care of yourself. Do a little self-love. Do I still have that deck? Is that deck to hand? I don't think it is. Oh, hang on. Yes, it is. Oh my God. Right, here we go. Bonus extra. Here we go. The self-love oracle, self-care oracle. We're going to pull you a self-care oracle card, right? And what this is, Wispy, I'm going to bring you back in, my darling. What I want to do is I want to pull a self-care oracle card for Sundry. So, Sundry, this is what the self-care oracle deck, hang on, I'm going to swap the camera. This is what the self-care oracle deck is suggesting that you do. And Wispy, I want this to be something that Sundry can do starting this week, if not right now today, starting within the next 7 days. Okay, so sorry, I haven't used these in a while. So something that is doable, that doesn't require money, that doesn't require learning, something that is quite, that is something that Sundry can actually do this week to start their self-love journey, right? That is what we want. So then this is the self-care oracle, and we'll drop that there, and it will be, forget that it's reverse, it's not going to matter. What is it? Connect with fire. Ooh, so Sundry. Now, this doesn't mean going to work on tomorrow morning, and set the place on fire. Don't do that. Unless you've got a really good insurance policy. No, don't do that. I'm joking. Right. But connect with fire. So this looks like a bonfire with people gathered around it. That is amazing if you ever get a chance to do those. They're wonderful. I go to a camp every year. Oh my God, I still need to send that email. Right. But I go to a camp, not every year, but some years, where there's a bonfire and you dance around it. It's wonderful. However, this could be a burning bowl. Right? And that burning bowl can be something as small as like an ice cream bowl, or it could even be something as tiny as a little tiny cauldron like this. And it doesn't have to be a cauldron. It could be an egg cup, right? And then say this is an egg cup. You write on a piece of paper some of the things that are stressing you, right? So one might be, I don't know, whoever, Mr. M at work with all of his targets. So you write on a piece of paper and you burn it in the cauldron, or in your egg cup, as long as it's no plastic, as long as it's like ceramic. It could be a cup and saucer, whatever it is, and you just use that element of fire as you're putting it in. You visualize, you imagine, you feel that stress is leaving your body, right? The stress that Mr. M brings is then leaving your body. Doesn't mean he's not going to bring you another deadline and say, can you get this work done by tomorrow? And you might have to go, shit, yes, okay, I will. but that stress level will start to ease off. Or I mean, again, if you've got a bonfire or a thing in the garden, go for it big time. But even in a little cup like this, it may be that what's stressing you at the moment is, I don't know, how are you going to pay the bills? And so you'll write on the thing, money worries. And you tie that and you write that on a piece of paper and you put that in the fire and you let that burn away. And it's literally burning away those embers. Yeah, or as Patricia says, use a bay leaf and write on it peace and then burn it. So you can use it for destruction of things that you don't want to have anymore. So for stress at work, this stresses me, that stresses me, the other. Or you can use it for, how can I say it? You can use it to bring that into your life. So you could say, actually, what I want is, I want this to be, instead of it being a banishing fire, I want this to be a desire fire, a fire desire fire, or something, right? With the things, and then you send it off almost like a wish into the universe. And then you'll write down on your pieces of paper, you'll write down, don't ever write down I wish for, but you write down peace, or you write down, you know, what's it called? Like maybe a promotion, or, you know, you write down feeling happy about myself, and you burn that. And you can write that on paper, you can write that on bay leaves as well. And everybody watching this is a universal ritual. It's been done in every religion. It's been seen, I think they even did it on Sex and the City one episode. It's such a wonderful thing to be able to banish the things that stress you, or bring in the things that you want to have for the following week, month, year, whatever. And you don't need, it doesn't need to be a cauldron. As I say, it could be a cup, could be anything that's fireproof, a metal bowl, anything like that. And it does help. It really does help. And yeah, connect with fire. I love fire. I can sit and watch a fire and the flames flicker all night long. And if you live somewhere where you're completely unable to have even a momentary open fire, then use it as you can find on YouTube like videos of fire pits and fireplaces that are looped for like 10 hours. Connect with that, watch the flames flicker, use it as a relaxation tool, use it to just chill and let the stresses go. Whatever that connection is, right? Do that this week, Sundry. I hope that helps, my darling. Whatever that means to you, connect with fire. I love the idea of having a cozy fireplace. We don't have that in my house. So we have a YouTube video on. In dark winter nights, not just at Christmas time, but in dark winter nights, you can quite often see the telly with the burning, crackling fire on it. And then me and Rufus both sat on our phones watching something or listening to something whilst that fireplace is ticking off, because he's watching something on his phone and I'm answering emails or doing something else. But it's just nice to have in the background that cozy, warm feeling. But if you can do this ritual, if you can actually do it with, you know, paper or bay leaves and fire, then do try that. It works wonders. But thank you very much. Right, let me go back to the live chat. Yes, that was. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Get a good pair of headphones. You don't need to plug them in. It just makes people leave you alone. That's also very true. You do that when you're out and about, as it blocks the bit of sound and just feels safer. I have headphones that I use for that. Yeah, absolutely. You always had headphones when you used to catch the late night buses going to work, could hear what was happening, but not engaging with it. Oh, I love that. I love doing that as well. Anything like that is always useful. Right, let's have a look back in the chat. Good evening to Deepa. Good evening to Ellis. Let me have a look for your messages, Ellis, because I saw a couple when I flicked back up. You're excited for the future, but you have no idea where your career or personal life is going. Welcome to adulthood. Unfortunately, very few of us know where our lives and things are going. But yes, it will pan out exactly as the powers that be want for you. Trust and enjoy. Yeah, I think that you have a a deep spiritual calling. In all honesty, Ellis, I don't know whether it's something you've ever looked at before, but I get the vibe from you that you should be, on a camera sometimes or on a table doing divination-y things. I really do get that impression. Don't know why. A lot of people have a sort of early midlife crisis around 30, so have fun with that. Yeah, loads do. Loads do. I shit myself before I got to 30, not literally, but I was panicking about it. But then I was 30 for about 6 years. So, I had a perennial, and I used to celebrate it. And it was about 6 years before somebody went, actually, no, it wasn't. It was about 3 years before somebody came to me and said, I am 10 years older than you. Exactly. And I was like, yeah. And he said, but I've turned 43 and you're still 30. And I was like, oh, sucks to be you. But yeah, that. Rufus is 2 years older than me. Again, you have no idea how old Rufus is. Ooh. At 30, you can perhaps think of being an adult, but it's not mandatory. Oh, I am definitely not an adult. I live in a grown-up body, but I am not an adult. This is for Lisa to read later, okay? Since we're talking about age, I just found out that Brian thought Lisa was mid-30s and Rufus younger than that. Rufus is older than me. Brian thought I was mid-30s. Oh, well, just tell Brian I love him. Tell Brian I love him. Kissy, kissy, kisses. Oh, my God, really? Really? I mean... Okay. You've never felt a disparity from your age before. It's a new experience for you. You guess 30 feels like a serious age and you're not progressed enough in life to make it there yet. Yeah, I get that entirely. You felt 40ish your whole life. You see, I've always said I was 30. I always said I was 18 going on 30. So again, I get that. You don't know how you're supposed to feel. I know, right? It is quite scary. Oh, you've got a birthday on Friday. Oh, happy birthday for you on Friday, Ellis. Hang on, let me go back. You're never 60, Mr. Lynn. Sorry, 3 years off 60. Never. You're confused as to how you're 3 years off being 40. I know, right, Ed? Tell me about it. I'm confused how I'm the other side. Hang on, what people... Good evening, wife 222B clock. Something. You sent a heart thingy. How is everyone? You turned 27 on Friday, and in your head, you're still 21. Not 3 years off 30. I've been feeling very confused. Trust me, I had this conversation with somebody recently, and I said, can I ask how old you are? And they were like, probably 10 years older than me. So they were probably getting on for nearly 40. I know, right? No, they were in their mid-40s because obviously I'm only in my mid-30s. So they were 10 years older than me. And I basically said, can you tell me when the book gets delivered? And she said, what book? I said, the book with all the answers in that my mum and dad had. I said, because when I was a kid, they obviously had a book because I would go, how far is the sun away from Mars? And they would go, oh, it's light years. And I go, oh, that's amazing. Don't know if it was right, but they would go like, oh, and this is how you do this. And I'll be like, Mum, how, what's the difference between a mountain and a hill? And they'd be like, oh, actually, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know to this day whether it was all right, but they always had the answers. And if I was like, how do I don't know, how do I put up a shelf? You do this. How do I do that? You do that. And it was always, they knew all of the answers to whatever it was that was happening. And this woman basically went, yeah, you don't get the book. Your parents just faked it. And I went, I know. I said to her, the worst time, Patricia. Yep. I said to her, you know what? I said, the worst time was that sudden realization. Shit, my mum and dad didn't know any more than I do. They were lying. And there was that moment where it was just like, oh, you mean they answered with confidence and I believed every word they said as fact, even though they probably had no idea. Amazeballs. Amazing. You are 57 and you worked hard to get here. I know, my darling. That's where I'm like, do you know what? Let the creases come. Let the lines come. Let the grey hair come, because every single grey hair, every single line is an experience that I have had in my life. And thankfully, as Holland just said, their other half still thought I was in my mid-30s, as opposed to not even there yet. Yeah, you know what I mean? Not even there yet. No, because obviously perennially 30. Anyway, do you know it's all the way through that I didn't admit how old I am? I am 47. 47 years of age is my combined age this time round. No, it's not the first time, and it probably won't be the last time. In your head, you're only 37. I don't mind. I can accept that. Yeah, 37. Up until my body started to have issues after COVID, to be honest. But in my mid 40s onwards, yeah. So yeah, I would. I mean, I'm still in my mid 40s, but like my early 40s is when my body started to have problems. In my head, I would say I am probably 33 was good. But anyway, enough talking about that. But how could I be 33 and be reading tarot for 29 years? It means I must have started when I was 4. But anywho, right, I don't think that maths, Ed. I don't think that maths, but anywho, right, let's go. Let's have a look. You love the shirt. Thank you. You're new here and was wondering, how do I get on your list for a general reading? I'm about to tell you, my darling. That is good, fortuitous timing. That is amazing timing. Spiritual timing. So what we are doing is I'm going to open up a free round right now. It should be in a live chat right about now. Have a look in the comment section. Oh, hang on. Oops. Bear with. Ellis has just sent in a super chat, which is the other way to do it. So Ellis has sent in a super chat. Thank you, Ellis, my darling. Give it to you straight, Doc. Okay. So I'm going to read this super chat and then I will open up another free round. Okay. So how it works on this channel, we do the free rounds. If multiple questions come in, we answer those. We pick one of those at random. Okay. That's the key thing with the free questions. If you want your question to be next, or you want your question to be guaranteed, you have to do that via a super chat. I'm going to read this one for Ellis. Also, super chats get a longer reading. No, Ellis, that's never throw a spanner in the works, because all of our spanners are already on the stream. By spanners, I mean our moderators. But yeah, honestly, it's when you send a super chat, that's what I was trying to say. When you send a super chat, 10% of the money after YouTube takes its 35% or whatever it is, 10% of what's left goes to Fight Bladder Cancer UK, and 10% goes to Bladder Cancer UK, and 10% goes to Fight Bladder Cancer, which are the two charities that helped me out when I had bladder cancer, and when I've been dealing it for the last couple of years. So yeah, right then, let's have a look then. Ellis has sent this in, so everybody hold your thoughts, hold your questions until after Ellis's reading, okay? And I will do Ellis's reading straight after this.
Are you a fan of 80s horror but want something different? Do you like modern horror but the regular magazines leave you a bit cold? Are you a fan of that schlocky horror that no one else seems to talk about? Check out Necronomicon, the UK horror zine from Etsy.com. Just search for Necroneil.
Blue Chalice is a small business making crafty creations for the Witcher community. From jewellery to wall hangings, witch bells to altar tiles. Why not have a look at bluechalice.etsy.com. Yes, indeed. And both of those small businesses are run by wonderful people that help here on the live streams. They're both moderators of mine. I'm not sponsored. I do play that most weeks, but they've never asked me to play it. And they're just two wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. And I can totally recommend their Etsy shop. So if you want to get some, either a really cool, this is the latest, this is the latest issue of Necronomicon. If you want to get a cool horror zine, or if you want to get some really, really lovely handmade items from Holland at Blue Chalice, please do reach out, because they're just amazing businesses and amazing people. So I'm very honored to have them both as friends. Right then, Ed Ellis. I've clicked on your button. Why is it not coming up? Oh, there it is. It's a bit slow today. Can I have a life path reading? Absolutely. Right, so we cleanse the space, as always, make space, and we bring in Wispy, the elemental air dragon. I'm also going to ask Rocky to step in. Thank you very much, Rocky. I'm going to get my... So, as you know them, Wispy is my air elemental. Rocky is the earth, or was based on the earth elemental, but Rocky is the spirit elemental that I work with, who has been around the longest of all my dragons. If you don't know what I'm talking about with dragons, check out the link down below in the description box, just before the series of dots and the page split. There's a little link there to the podcast episode I did explaining the dragons. But I'm bringing in Rocky because Rocky is very good with life path stuff. Wispy's very good with general day-to-day and very good with life path, but Rocky gives us that little extra impetus, if you like. So, and Rocky is also the granddaddy of the dragons. The granddaddy of the dragons. Can you see? Look, I spilt a bit of foundation powder here and something else on the cloth, and I don't know what it is. It's really annoying. Sorry, ADHD in progress. Right, let's have a look. So then, we're wanting dragons, a life path reading. So we're going to do the inverted triangle, but we're going to do, look at that, a major arcana, the star. Right. Okay. We've got a clarifying card. So then, I said we were going to do things a little bit different. I wasn't expecting a card to jump right at that moment. So what is a clarifying or modifying card? Well, basically, it does what it says on the tin. It clarifies or modifies the reading. So this becomes the lens that we do the reading through. Okay, so the star, what does the star actually mean? Well, the classic sort of depiction of the star is either a sort of naked nudie woman pouring water into a vessel, or it's a bit more like this, where you can see it's just a series of stars and spiky bits. But the star is actually talking about wishing and wishful thinking. Now, in this card, this is going to be quite apt for the world we're currently living in. This star is a rescue worker or an aid worker going into an area where there's been either an earthquake or some kind of disaster, and she's going in to help with water, with an outreached hand. You can see there is this really loving kind of I will help and I will try and guide you kind of energy. Now, the star for me is about wishful thinking, but the thing is about that, in this particular deck, because I say that every deck is a different language, this particular deck is that wishing for a helping hand, needing some assistance. Okay, so again, when we're looking at life paths, instantly this is telling me maybe you need to take some advice, right? Maybe you actually need some professional career advice from maybe a careers advisor or something like that, to look at where you are headed. So we're going to have a look, but maybe all you need is a good tarot reading. So let's have a look. I'm going to cut the cards for you. Oh, there we go. And we're going to do the inverted V, but we are going to take it a little bit further. So, Wispy, what I want to do is I want the second layer. So the first layer conscious, the second layer subconscious, and the root, I want the root, Wispy, to be career defining. Okay, root is career defining, Wispy. Same with Rocky. Root is Route is career defining. That's how we're going to interpret this. Okay, so I've cut the cards. Here we go. So where you are now, bloody hell. Now, as always, the death card doesn't mean death. It means transformation, the end of a chapter, closing of one book, opening up another. It can also mean that you too have crow friends. Look at the 3 crows depicted in this. Aren't they beautiful? But death doesn't mean death. Death is talking about cycles. So you can see this is very different to the standard tarot card image of death, where you've got the person in, you know, the knight in armor on a white horse. This is very different. We've got that sort of white horse energy depicted here by a spirit. We've got the crows, because crows were always seen as a harbinger of death. For me, they bring messages from the other side. But you've got this element of rebirth, of, you know, a never-ending cycle of life and death. But you've got this element of somebody who's quite a lot older and a much younger person with this spectre who's already crossed over. Now, death in the tarot suit means transformation, the end of something and the start of something. So this is literally saying to you that it's there is a how can I put it? There is a book is closing, a chapter is closing, a film is finishing, but there is another one here for you to start. Do you know what I mean? So this coming up in the way you are now, I think that this is a really, really important time for this reading, because it feels like a chapter is in the process of closing. And it's almost like if a book was a door and you've got, well, it kind of is, right? So instead of a book, shut up, Lisa, instead of a book, that door is closing. So it's starting to go, it's still closing, right? When that door closes, not only will another door open, but you will then decide which side of the door you are on, if that makes sense, right? So the door is closing. You could be this side in total freedom. It doesn't mean that the door is closing and you're stuck. This feels like you are already at a closing point, at an ending point, right? Amazing card to come up right there. This is where you are. What do you need to know? The 8 of Wands, right? Confidence. This is always going to be the Connolly deck translation in my head, okay? The Connolly deck has all of the wands. You can see here they're supposed to be, you know, the fence posts and all the other bits. But the 8 of Wands is that image in the standard Rider-Waite where you see the wands kind of crossed, like all going diagonally down the line. In this card, it's talking about, you know, moving on, security, all of these things, which is what I relate wands to be. But the 8 specifically has this idea of, if you could imagine each one of these candles, for instance, right? Each one of these candles is a different aspect of your life. And what you do is you throw them out the window, right? Because they've always been blue, yellow, red, and 3 greens, right? That's how your life has always been. This might be work life. This might be partners. This could be, I don't know, like fun and partying, and this could be relaxation, right? So you take this and you go, right, I'm going to throw these out the window, and you chuck them out the window, then you run downstairs and you pick up the ones that you want to move forward, however they fall, right? So you might go, I don't want to have 3 green crayons anymore, so I'm only going to pick up these. Then that feels like a better work-life balance. And that's kind of what they reflect, if that makes sense, right? It reflects this idea of you, with this card, you are choosing your route to the 9 of Wands. So this is your confidence, and this is that moment where you get to alter the path as you see fit. This person's lived in this house, lovely house, but do you know what? I'm selling up, I'm moving on. By the way, I'm telling the postman. Do you know what I mean? This is that card of, if this is transition, this is where the thought process is coming from. This is what you need to do. You need to make a decision about which of these elements of your life you want to continue with and which are surplus. Let's have a look for the opportunity. We've got another Wands card, a 3 of Wands. So this is interesting. This is talking about working with small numbers, groups of friends, groups of people, and looking for looking to climb that peak, looking to climb that mountain, looking for a success that is meaningful, deep and meaningful for you. Again, coming through this filter of this, I'm going to put it there, coming through the filter of this wish fulfillment card, it really does feel like this is a key moment for you, Ellis. You really need to find it. What is that going to be? Let's have a look. So that's the conscious. What is the subconscious? What are the desires that are leading you to make these choices? Let's have a look. Wispy, we're going with, oh, the King of Cups. Fundamentally, there is something that you are deeply emotional and care passionately about, but it is something that always brings you to tears, always brings the sadness, right? We've got the King of Cups. Cups is the romance suit, the emotions suit rather. And this card is the King. Now this is really interesting. It's depicted as an I love dad, daddy image, daddy, daddy, daddy. So it could be depicting literally what it says on the tin, a father figure, a male role model in your life that is either missing or that you are becoming. The fact that it's reversed is saying that there is something here that is connecting, maybe as one part of your life ends, and as you say, you've had this recent birthday, maybe that is making you think about the past, the family, what is to come, what you're going to leave behind. But this is really talking about your emotional state, and this is saying that for you, again, it's the emotions that are coming to the forefront. And it's overwhelming. It feels overwhelming. There's so much going on here that you need to unpick in terms of your emotional state. But I think, again, in terms of life path, I think this is something you need to unpick, right? This might not be career, because again, as I always say, this is the guidance you need, not necessarily the answers that you want. And it really does feel like this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Heal this pain, whatever this pain is. This needs healing before your career path will open up. Heal that wound. Another reverse card on this level, the Six of Coins. Coins is work, career, finances, and 6 is about community and helping out, helping charities. You can see this person looks maybe a little bit wealthy with a fur scarf and a fur hat, nice coat, nice matching everything, and then everybody is coming out asking for money. This being reversed would be saying that this isn't about finances right now. It isn't about wealth right now. There is something here that you need to I think, I don't know whether it is charity work or whether it's something where, like, I don't know whether you need to have an opportunity to find that calling, which isn't necessarily going to be while you're working a 9 to 5. Does that make sense? It's like this card is literally saying that this isn't for you. Ellis, if this came up for me, I would absolutely take this card, right? Because I have always said, and it was, again, it's a Pratchett quote, Terry Pratchett quote, that a witch should always have enough, but never too much. I've always believed that I will have enough to fulfill my needs, a roof over my head, my bills paid, but I will never have enough for a McLaren supercar, because that is too much. So I will always have an income that is enough for me to live to those means, but it won't be, holiday whenever you want, buy a new car, it won't be a lavish lifestyle. And I've always accepted that. And this may be the same for you. This may be saying the same for you, that actually fulfilling your emotional needs, your spiritual needs, doing that actually may well be your path, and that you'll have enough money to live on, but you won't necessarily be, a millionaire living on Millionaire's Row. And the root, we've got the Knight of Wands. Oh my God, right. I think this wish card, this helping hand, I think where you should be headed in your life. I think what that is. For some reason, though, I think it's fucking scary. Whether that is because it means turning down sort of paid work, or whether it means, only working part-time or working for yourself, or whatever it is, I think because the Knight of Wands is basically saying here at the root of it, it's basically saying, go for what you believe. even if other people are against you. Go for what you believe. This is you raw on your motorcycle going, do you know what? You might not agree with my life choices, but this is what they are. This is me. I am doing this. I think, Ellis, I think you know what you want to be doing. Career-wise, I think if I said to you, okay, money's now no object, right? Here is a stipend. You will get, I don't know, £4,000 a month in your bank account every single month, whatever it is you need to live on, £400, £4, whatever that number is, you will get that every month. That will be your bills paid. That will be food on the table. It will be an occasional night out. There you are. That is now yours. What are you going to do with your time? What are you going to do to fulfill you? That is what you need to do. It isn't about money. It isn't about these other things. It is literally following your spirit, because this star card is coming in again as this overall card, and it's basically saying, look, maybe you need, like, I've got a card here that's all about charity. I've got a card here about helping others and reaching out and being that support. There's a lot here to suggest that maybe that is something that you need to look at to fulfill you, because the wand cards are all about self-fulfillment, self-esteem, self-confidence. If we take this one out of the picture, right, I'm going to move these over here, and we go from past to present. Past, a change, a rebirth, a new version of Ellis, something that you have gone through, and you've come through the other side, and you are starting a new chapter. We go to this deep emotional element, possibly linked in with father figure, but definitely linked in with this this strong masculine or authoritative kind of role that somebody close to you have, or somebody around you had, past tense, that is coming into play. It's like this change has happened. This is where you are, the root of it. You want to be doing your thing, whether that is riding on a motorcycle from town to town, helping the downtrodden, escaping from the pesky lawman, and then riding on to the next town in a Night Rider stroke, Street Hawk stroke, Airwolf stroke, A-Team stroke way, or whether that is, you know, living your very, very perfect life that you want, that everybody else is going to say to you, what the fuck are you doing? It's about following that. It's not following your heart. It's not wishing over here. It's following what is going to be fulfilling, and that is going to give you that sense of self-esteem and self-worth. It then goes to this element of forget about the money, this community money, forget about that to a large extent. Money is going to be something that, again, it doesn't feel you're going to have lots of, but the money you have, you'll be able to share with people around you, in terms of, you know, you'll try and work to help others, because this isn't just about money. We're working to help others, right? And then we get to the Three of Wands, which is climbing that mountain. Climb every mountain. It is climbing that mountain. It is working with trusted people and climbing that goal that we've got all the way back here with the star, the first card that jumped, about that wish. A wish is only a wish if you chuck a coin in a fountain and say, I wish XYZ. There is another word for this wish, which is, I wish for this to happen, right? In that case, if this is what I am headed towards, my wish is a goal. How do I head towards that goal? And how do I climb that mountain? Only you can answer this, right? But you need to figure this out, my friend. This is that ultimate. And then that's probably why you're asking me. I think look for something in the third sector, the helping others, the counseling, the spiritualism, the being a support worker. Something there is what the cards are screaming at me that you will be bloody good for, right? Supporting other people through their journey, supporting people along the way, helping others in some way. And I think, my darling, that is where, unless there's some specific mountain that you want to climb, I think that's where you need to be focusing. Thank you ever so much for your question, Alice. I hope that helped. I know it wasn't this is the direction you need to go in, but I do think that, again, if I said to you, money's no object, what would you do? That is where you need to head. And I hope that helps, my love. And thank you ever so much for the question. Right, let me have a look. Yeah, I know. I've seen the time. I've got one more in. Christine Native Love, good evening to you, my darling. I will read for you in a few moments' time. Before I do, I'm just popping back in to say hello, Nanette, my darling. That wasn't what I was popping in to say. Hello, Nanette, my darling. I hope you are well. I really do. Good evening. I hope you and Jack are absolutely wonderful. I do like your picture as well. For a split second on my little tiny picture screen, it looked a little bit like a doggo. I don't know how I thought that, because then I looked at the bigger one and I saw the boobs. Oh god, yes, it can be. It can be. Absolutely. It can be. And whether or not that's something you want to do, absolutely it can be. And again, the cards that you had there could be very good, nurturing, supportive cards. It could be pointing towards being a parent. And the thing is, being a parent could be your life's path. That could be the thing that you do that fulfills everything about you, which could mean looking at fostering, looking at adopting, fostering and supporting people around you, supporting people that need a supportive role model, that need someone. Again, fostering you can do as a single person. You can do that. The checks are not horrendous. You don't have to, I mean, they are horrendous because obviously we're talking about safety here, but you don't have to have a 5-bedroom mansion with, everything. You don't have to have all of that to be a successful foster parent. You can do it as a single person. You can do it as a couple. You can do it as a gay couple. You can do it as a trans person. You can do it as a, add another type of person here. You can do it. So do have a look. Honestly, do have a look into that. I think fostering sounds amazeballs. That sounds amazeballs. I don't know whether that's something you would like to do, but fostering sounds amazing for you. I don't know why that sounds like the most perfect fit, but that is where my head has jumped to. And I'm now throwing cards on the floor. But anyway, thank you very much for your question, Ellis. And I do hope that helps. The Hutchess, good evening to you. Who else have I missed? Have I said to anyone else? Really? Oh my God, you have to do this. Oh my God, you had to do this. Oh, yes. Yes, Ellis. Oh, look, Page of Cups flipped. This, Ellis, we were chatting. I absolutely threw a card on the floor. And it's the Page of Cups, which is talking about young people and love and needing love. And look at the family picture. 3 people, a parent and 2 children. Child, parent. If you ever needed a nudge for fostering, holy fuck bollocks, here is your... This is your nudge. Yes, fostering. Oh my God. Foster 4 leads. It's a number 4. Foster 4 leads. Have a look. Oh my God, Ellis, you'll be perfect for that. Perfect for that. Yes. Everything. Right. That's your life path. I'm swearing. Nanette, don't worry at all, my darling. I am very grateful for everybody's support. I am very grateful for the subscribers. You don't have to send me anything on that there. Buy me a coffee. You don't have to be a member. I totally understand. But yes, and I hope you're feeling rough, cold, gets better soon. I really do. So yeah. All our love to you, Nanette. All our love to you, and to you, Ellis. Foster 4 leads. It's a website. Sounds you'd be so good at that. You really would. My God, that's the complete. Yes, that's where you go. Right then, Christine Native Love. Good evening to you. I'm staying on this screen. I can't see comments at the moment, so as I always, as I try and remember, I need to click on that one. There we go. Yeah. This is going to be the last reading for tonight. In fact, have I got that one? Hang on, where's my banners? Yes. No. Oh gosh, sorry everyone. Bear with Bear with. I need to change that to. I need to write another one, don't I? I know, right? I keep forgetting. Yeah. So. Yeah. There we go. That will do. It's not capitalized, but that will do. And there we go. Right then. So. Do you know what? Sometimes I absolutely love with all my heart the tarot system. I say sometimes, it's majority of the time. I love it. I love doing readings for people, and I love it when, like, I had no idea at all that fostering would be anything there until my brain went, oh, actually fostering. And then for that card to flip, to give that level of confirmation, and then for Ellis to turn around and say, my grandparents did that. Amazing. I love doing this sometimes. Christine, let's see if we can get a lovely general reading for you as well. Thank you for the $2 donation. So then we are cleansing the space, and we're bringing in Wispy, the air elemental. We're bringing in Wispy, and we want to know, I've got a crease on my cloth. It's really annoying me. But we want to know, Wispy, a general reading. What is coming forward for Christine Native Love in the next couple of months, next couple of weeks, 6 to 8 weeks? What would that take us to? That will probably take us to getting on for the end of May, wouldn't it? Towards the end of May. That is what we're looking at between now and towards the end of May. Okie dokie. So then let's have a look. Oh, almost, Wispy. Almost chucked one at me. Here we go. Oh, hang on. There was one. That was me. That was not the cards. That was me, because that one came up before. So I put it in the wrong way because I am a numpty. Right then, Wispy. One more. This is going to be the last shuff round. Right. So there's one. There's shuff number 2. Shuff number 3. I love the way we've called it shuff. And shuff number 4. So there you go. That is the cards, and we are going with your drop as always. Oh, it's a high one. It's a higher one. Oh, that card, look, that card decided not to be there for you. That card decided it wasn't yours right at the last minute, Christine. I love the way drops do that. Right then, so we're going with a general reading. We're going to do where you are, what you need to know, what the opportunity is, and we're going to let it go as an inverted V with the standard connective tissue not being the subconscious and all of that Wispy. Okay, so we're just doing the connections with the roots. Okay, let's go. So where you are right now. Oh, now isn't that weird? Isn't that strange? Okay, the star. Oh, hang on. Is this shuffling? Is this me shuffling? I don't think it is, because I put these in separate positions. Okay, all right. We've got some repeat cards. So where you are, what you need to know, and what the opportunity is. And then the connective tissues. We've got the 5 of coins and the 9 of wands. And then the root of it all is temperance reversed. Right then. So again, for you in the where you are, we've got the star. So I don't know whether this is depicting a spiritual connection. Again, this isn't the standard Rider-Waite, but this is quite often seen in other decks. This star is about helping others and about reaching out. Now, I don't know whether you have some sort of spiritual connection, I guess. Whether you are sort of woo-woo, wiki-wacky inclined, but it does feel like this is representing you. This isn't representing something else. It's not reversed. It's straightforward. This is representing where you are. I think you like to help others. I think you are, again, somebody who would run into an earthquake zone to help other people, to volunteer to be a helper. You know what I mean? And I think it's something which the element here you can see. I don't know how clearly it's going to show. Oh, you can see it quite clearly. Look. Can you see there's almost like an aura around the entire body, around her skirts, around, like, faintly around the legs, but definitely around the body, the head, the hand that is being reached out. Sorry, this is somebody who is very, 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 very spiritual and has that element of, I don't want to say wish fulfillment, but has that element of, wish fulfillment. Like that, there is a certain point here about following your heart's desire, following your wishes. You know, when we think of when you wish upon a star, it's all about, makes no difference where you are, your dreams come true. This is about following your dream, following your goal, following what that essence is of you. I think that you are something, again, if I say counselor, I don't mean that you have to have a qualification. I don't mean that you've got an office and a secretary and an appointment and all of that. It could be that this is what you do with your friends and your close ones. You know, you are the person that everyone reaches out to, and you're the first person to reach out for, when people need help. You are that person. It's a wonderful card to say that this is where you are. What you need to know, though, we do have the Page of Cups. So again, I don't know whether this is child energy or really youthful, childlike energy that is coming in. But it's what you need to know. It could be that you love with your open heart. You love completely. You love like children do, where, oh, you're my best friend because we spend lunchtimes together and we're very similar people. And you know what I mean? As adults, we don't make connections that simply. As children, oh, I love your skirt. Oh, I love your jumper. Oh, are we best friends now? Yes, I think we are. Off they go skipping together. Do you know what I mean? There's those elements there. I think this is a really lovely card to come after the star. What you need to know is that this is innocent, pure love energy that you are surrounded by and that you are potentially giving out to the universe, whatever that means. But I do think it's absolutely important that whatever it is that you do, you keep having to do this. You keep reaching out, supporting, and keeping that childlike naivete, because we've got the Four of Wands coming. Now, the Four of Wands, this is a really lovely card because this card depicts, look, a celebration, a family celebration, a community celebration. The Four is about stability. It's about maintaining your confidence, your self-esteem, but it's also about knowing when you've reached a point to celebrate your successes in life, to celebrate your victories, if you like. But this isn't from a place of, oh, look what I'm capable of, I'm so special. This is a place of just going, do you know what? We've reached a milestone in life. Let's celebrate it. The Wands is your, I always read a sense of security, sense of self-esteem, self-worth, all of that. The Four is all about that stable basis. You are very, very strong. You know yourself. You are very self-aware. And this is going to come up more and more in the weeks and months to come, because this card, I don't know whether there is an actual celebration planned in your life. I don't know whether this is something that you are, now going to start looking for, but this is a really wonderful position to be in terms of, this pattern that we've got here, going from being the supportive one, being the rescuer, the hero, being that wonderful person to come in when others need help, coming in with that very youthful, innocent love, that pure energy that you bring into this way. It's like you are accepting that you have this ability, you have this gift, or you have this, thing that you can offer to people. You have this helping hand, this way with you that other people are drawn to, that will deserve a celebration. When we look at the connective tissues, the Five of Coins is coming in. Now, this is a bit of a warning card, okay? This is saying it's great having all of this lovely success, but people then will come out of the woodwork and want their slice of the pie, right? They will want their share of the winnings. You've just won 5 gold coins on this slot machine. Great, fantastic. But the dog is looking at you going, excuse me. And this person holding the pint is going, excuse me. And outside the window are the people that need assistance. Now, this isn't saying don't give anything to the people outside. It's just saying be careful because your instinct to help others can sometimes come at the cost of your own self, right? Excuse me. So the 5 of coins here is a little bit of a warning. It could be that you will be able to share things coming up, any victories, any financial uplift, you'll be able to share with others. But this could also be a slight warning with you, Christine, to say, look, you don't have to give everything that you have to everybody else, because not everybody is going to need this, right? Perhaps this person here is coming to you for assistance when perhaps they're actually better off than you are. And it's, you know what I mean? It's talking about being very careful and not necessarily giving to everybody who asks, and guarding not only finances, not only money, but your own energy, and taking that step back for yourself to recover from being this, you know, heroic, angelic kind of healing, wonderful superhero type person. Connecting the Page of Cups, so this loving, warm energy, with the 4 of Wands, we've got the 9 of Wands. And the 9 of Wands is all about, for me, 9s come in when something is full. And you've got here this person, they've been through the war. They've been through like a lot. They've got a broken arm, they've bruises on their face, they've got a crutch. They have been through a lot, but they are still upstanding. Are these people bullies? Are these people tormenting this one? Possibly, but they are confident, they are upright, they are walking towards their own destiny, right? And this is saying again, for you, this is what you do. And it's almost like you wear your heart on your sleeve, but that does mean it's an easy target, but you wear it on your sleeve anyway, knowing it's an easy target. Do you get what I mean? And that is what this is saying. It's like, look, you are at times so sure of yourself, so filled with that positive vibe that you give out, if that makes sense, right? That you're so confident doing it that you wouldn't think twice about walking into an area where something negative has happened in the past, and, you know, facing those same people or dealing with a similar situation. Yes, you've learned from it, but you've also healed, and you're also taking things with a new sense of confidence because you've already been through it. Do you know what I mean? So this feels, again, really positive. It's linking you towards this strong stability in your self-esteem, in yourself, being faithful and trusting of yourself, if that makes sense. Not self-doubting anymore. This card is almost, I'm glad it's come up before the 4, because normally this will be, look, you're so confident. Yes, you are confident, but this is always confident. This is a base level of confidence. This is like, I'm okay to go back and face the people that bullied me. This is like, you're okay all the bloody time. And I do think that this is about overcoming that negative. And then we've got, right at your root, we've got Temperance reverse. Now, Temperance is bloody amazing. In other decks, hang on, where are we? We are looking down here. Where is it? Why can't I find it? There we go. In other decks, you can see this idea of this angel pouring these 2 fluids into a bowl. This time round, you can see that this person is potentially that angel. Again, glowing orb, glowing auric energy around this one. The others are outlined in black. So you've got this glowing blue energy. You've also got here the sprite, the spirit, also looks like an angel. So you've got this really loving energy, again, coming from the star. But these 2 cups, it's representing mixing, right? And you can see this is 2 fruit cups. You've got red apples or pomegranates and apples, and this person has made these drinks. They're being given to this couple to try and find a middle way, try and find a peaceful execution. This is reversed, which is saying that actually, do you know what? Being that person that is a good negotiator, being the person that is able to help, you know, heal rifts and all of that is great. But again, Temperance is great, but you also need the slight warning that comes with Temperance is it's not people pleasing, but it's putting yourself out there at your own cost and helping everybody else and not having that time for you, getting, you know, bashed and beaten up and still going in to help others and not necessarily putting your needs first. So this is a reminder again that you now, although you are a great negotiator, I feel like you're the person that people come to when they need support. You're the person that people come to when, you know, marriages are falling apart or whatever's happening. It still kind of feels that, yes, you can do all of that, but you have to also guard your own energy levels. Now, when we take this energy out, this wearing your heart on your sleeve, we've got this really lovely pattern going on from the star helping to this also helping. So the star helping hand, the 5 of coins helping charity, temperance helping people find a middle way, although be careful you're not overdoing it, the 9 of wands feeling confident in the face of defeat and after defeat and still getting back up, licking your wounds and moving forward, into this 4 of wands to come, which is saying you will find that stability, you will find that confidence that you really need to shine, because we've got these cards here that are all about being this like reincarnation of Mother Teresa almost, and being this wonderful helping soul. But you need to make sure it doesn't come at too much of a cost, because this temperance card being reversed, you need to just make sure you're not balancing everybody else's energy around whilst your own energy is being depleted. I hope that makes sense, Christine. I'm going to come in. Hang on. What I'm going to do first of all is change cameras. Thank you very much, everyone. We're 5 minutes over. Thank you, mods, for sticking around. You're all bloody amazing. And I'm going to have a wee little look in the live chat. So let me just see. Have you commented in there at all? I don't think. Oh, yeah, look. You do have spiritual connection and you love to help others. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Interesting. Look at this. And then look at this. See the colors? See the connection? How cool is that? How weird is that? That's very strange to me, but also very wonderful. I do think you have whatever that connection is, whatever this, I don't know whether you are an empath, whether you are a healer. It feels like you have that energy about you, right? That's amazing, but you need to support your own self, if that makes sense. Oh my God. I have loved tonight. Thank you all for tonight. Don't forget, we do start at 7 p.m. UK time. So if you don't get notifications, first of all, hit your bell, right? That's really important. Hit your bell and change your settings to all. Today, we had one of the moderators got their notification that I had gone live 20 odd minutes after I'd done it. So that's really important, right? That is really important. That because YouTube is messing up its alert notification system again. So they're going out late. So 7 o'clock every Tuesday and Sunday evening, absolutely, on this channel. You can always come and find us. What has been happening in the last few weeks is that the early shift, the first half hour, the first hour, is a lot quieter than the second. Now, I know that's because a lot of people here are from all over the world, and that is why, which I totally understand. But it also means if you can get here for like 10 past 7 on a Sunday or Tuesday evening UK time, you will be able to get readings much easier, because there's less people competing for those slots, if that makes sense. Also, what was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, please do give this video a like. That would be wonderful if you can hit the like button, and make sure you are still subscribed. As Patricia said there, make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel, because again, YouTube has been doing YouTubey things and unsubscribing. Even my moderators got unsubscribed from this channel. You know what I mean? Exactly. Something is not right when that happens. It is a YouTube mess up. It really is. They are screwing up on some level, unfortunately. Don't you love my buttons? Anyway, that is going to be it from today, everybody. A huge round of applause for the moderators. They are amazing. They keep the channel safe and free from harm. I'm going to drop that volume a bit because I don't want them to get very big heads, because then they'll want to be paid more, or at all. But yes, thank you ever so much for being here, everyone. Thank you to the subscribers, Mr. Lin and the other channel members. I promise you I will be sorting out tomorrow, next Sunday's live members only stream. I will sort that out tomorrow and send out those emails. Okay, that is my new Monday is now YouTube morning, if that makes sense. It's my YouTube day. But yes, thank you ever so much, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. If you want to support the channel, you can become a channel member, but you can also just watch back catalog videos. That also really helps me out. And just in general, being here, sending comments. You're all a bunch of wonderful human beings, and I wish you all nothing but the very, very, very greatest couple of days. And I will see you on Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. UK time. Until then, once again, thank you to the members, and thank you to my amazing mod squad. I love you all, and I'll see you on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Bye.